boat. It's starting to happen, people. I mean, come on. From the moment Dwyane Wade and the Bulls reached a buyout on Sunday, this certainly seemed as if it was where we were headed. And yeah, there was some talk of him going full circle and back to Miami. But in truth, it's not really a good roster fit for the Heat anymore. The Spurs apparently also in the mix. And hey, the Thunder made a late charge as well. We know Wade and Melo are tight, right? And as late as yesterday afternoon, Paul George said he was, quote, all up in Wade's DMs trying to recruit him. It's another visual image I don't need. But anyway, it always comes back to Cleveland, right? And LeBron and the chance for Dwyane to return to the finals. Look, this is a guy with 3 rings, a finals MVP. He is not a big fan of sitting around on the sidelines watching other people compete. So sure enough, just a couple of hours ago, we got the report from Joe Vardon at Cleveland.com citing a league source saying, quote, Wade has no intention of going anywhere except the Cavs. And then more from our own Adrian Wojnarowski saying Wade will finalize his decision to sign with Cleveland by tomorrow. Of course, if you were paying attention, the signs were already there yesterday when LeBron was asked about Dwyane during media day. I want you to listen to him, because, gee, it certainly sounds like he's talking about a guy who's already on the team.
I think he brings another championship DNA, a championship pedigree. It brings another playmaker to the team who, can get guys involved, that can make plays, and also just has a great, basketball mind. And, I think, it would be great to have him here.
Brings, that's a lot of present tense. LeBron's right, by the way. Wade would not only give the Cavaliers championship experience, he would give them more offensive creativity, options, although not necessarily shooting, which is an issue with Isaiah Thomas expected out for at least the first half of the season. Still, even at 35, Wade's defensive muscle memory is just better than a lot of players a decade younger. And the depth he gives this team is important, especially since the Cavs' entire season will once again be pointed toward a potential finals date with the Warriors. Hey, do you guys remember when Wade posted this video this summer? Aww, sad. I mean, look, we won't find out for sure until tomorrow, but it looks like his banana boat just got a little less lonely, and this season just got a little more fun. Scotty, do you like this? Is Wade a good fit for the Cavs? Are they a good fit for him?
I think it works for both. I think it's a great fit for Dwyane Wade, but I think with Isaiah out the first part of the season, he's a great security blanket. But also looking at them in the postseason, here's a guy who knows postseason basketball as well as anyone in the league right now. So I see this working for them short term to get Isaiah back on the court, but also long term. But the familiarity of Wade and LeBron to get that back together, they're automatically bonded. So it's just a win situation for Wade. Now, I think playing with LeBron extends his career also because now he don't have to exert himself to play 82 games.
I think people are a little bit they're sort of shortchanging Dwyane because you're just looking at that one season in Chicago. You're looking at him with, not a great set of teammates. You're looking at him with some uncertainty about what was going on with the roster and everything else. And frankly, not the greatest of motivations when you're talking about a team that had sort of a really low ceiling. You put him back together with LeBron James, get that sort of feeling of playing for a championship again, get that familiarity like you mentioned, Scotty, and look at look at all 4 years that he played with LeBron in Miami, but the last 3 years in particular, his shooting percentage get higher every single year until he was shooting 54.5% as a 32-year-old. That was what, 3 seasons ago? He's 35 now? Put him in a familiar setting without sort of having to exhaust him. He can shoot 50% again and be an efficient scorer for you, and a better defender than you probably have there.
We talk about, continuity, guys who know how to play with each other. These guys obviously had a break in their continuity, but the idea, of course, that they know each other so well. LeBron knows where Dwyane can cut and get the ball, and just sort of that's the positions to put him in the right spot. I do want to take this to its logical conclusion, however. I mentioned that the Wade, I think, will help with them fighting against the Warriors, just that depth factor that they were missing. Does it matter at all, Scotty, if you're matching up against Golden State?
I really do think it matters because I think it's 2 players that really knows how to beat that Golden State team. It's Dwyane Wade and LeBron James. And you beat Golden State by playing defense. You don't beat them trying to outscore them. They're one of the best teams in the league on the defensive end, but also a very potent offensive team. But I think Wade and LeBron knows that they have to be able to defend to beat the Warriors and
You know
not
who
to
else?
try to outscore them.
I'll throw in that mix for guys who know how to beat the Warriors: Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas. Boston gave them trouble the last couple of years. They ended the streak, right?
Exactly.
So I think, yeah, defense, veteran knowledge, and just being able to be tougher, like be more physical with a Steph Curry, be more physical with a Kevin Durant. And yes, if you have the type of depth that the Cavaliers are projected to have, if Isaiah Thomas comes back healthy, you can afford some fouls, you can afford to play that way. And I think this team is set up for that. And again, Kevin Durant was not on the team at the time, but LeBron James has sort of a blueprint on how to beat that team.
Oh, I mean, Scotty, you know, any player over 35, health is going to be one of the big question marks. Is he going to stay healthy all year to this projected matchup with the Warriors? Is Isaiah Thomas going to stay healthy or become healthy once he returns to the court, supposedly back in the middle of the season? So it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of question marks still, which is why it makes it
I
fun.
sure hope so.